I'm staring at 2 first-class tickets to the Maldives, spread across our granite kitchen counter like evidence of my own stupidity. The envelope they came in cost more than most people's car payments, but hey, nothing's too good for my loving wife Talia on our 10th anniversary, right? Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. The house is quiet except for the hum of our oversized refrigerator, the one Talia insisted we needed for her content creation. Everything in this place exists for her Instagram feed. The open-plan living room with its floor-to-ceiling windows, the minimalist furniture that's about as comfortable as sitting on concrete, even the strategically placed succulents that she photographs daily for her authentic lifestyle brand. I check my watch. 3:15. Talia's at another empowerment brunch with her tribe of social media consultants, probably planning their next coordinated post about supporting each other's dreams while secretly plotting to steal each other's sponsors. My phone buzzes. A notification from Instagram. Talia's posted another story, a perfectly arranged flat lay of her avocado toast, green smoothie, and laptop, captioned, "Building my empire, one authentic moment at a time." Married to her best friend. That's rich. I grab our shared iPad from the charging station, another one of Talia's necessities for managing her brand across multiple platforms. She leaves it logged into everything, trusting me completely. Or maybe she just thinks I'm too boring to snoop. The Messages app is already open. My finger hovers over the screen for a second before I tap on the conversation with Evan. My stomach drops as I scroll through weeks of messages. "Can't wait to see you in Miami next week," from 3 days ago. "Colin's working late again. God, he's so predictable," from last Tuesday. "Book the suite at the Fontainebleau. I'll handle the flights," from Evan yesterday. "Already done. Use the joint card." "Oh, he never checks the statements anyway," Talia's response. I set the iPad down carefully, like it might explode. My hands are surprisingly steady. 10 years of marriage, and I've become an expert at keeping my emotions locked down. Talia always said I was too controlled, too boring. Turns out that skill's about to come in handy. I pick up the Maldives tickets and study them. Non-refundable, but transferable. The resort looks incredible. Overwater bungalows, private beaches, the kind of place Talia's been dropping hints about for months. My phone rings. Renee's name flashes on the screen. "Hey Colin, how's the anniversary prep going?" Renee Martinez has been my friend since college. She's a graphic designer with her own studio downtown, the kind of person who tells you exactly what she thinks, whether you want to hear it or not. She's also one of the few people who sees through Talia's carefully curated persona. "Interesting question," I say, walking to the window that overlooks our perfectly manicured backyard. "How do you feel about tropical vacations?" "What kind of question is that? I love tropical vacations. Why?" "I've got 2 tickets to the Maldives, leaving tomorrow, 5-star resort, overwater bungalow, the works." "Colin, that sounds amazing. But shouldn't you be asking Talia?" "Talia's busy. She's got other travel plans." There's a pause. Renee's sharp. She can read between lines better than anyone I know. "What did she do?" "Let's just say she's been working on her own empire-building project, with a travel influencer named Evan." That absolute... Renee catches herself. "I'm sorry, Colin. I really am." "Don't be sorry. Be packed. We leave at 6 a.m. "Are you serious?" I'm looking at the iPad again, watching new messages pop up between Talia and Evan. They're discussing dinner plans for tonight, at a restaurant I've never heard of, in a city 3 hours away. Absolutely serious. "And Renee, bring your good camera. We're going to document this trip very thoroughly." After I hang up, I draft a text to Talia. "Anniversary surprise on the kitchen counter. Can't wait to celebrate 10 amazing years." Then I start packing. The Maldives are ridiculous. I mean that in the best possible way. Our overwater bungalow sits above crystal clear water so blue it looks fake, with a glass floor panel that lets us watch tropical fish swim underneath our feet. The bathroom has an outdoor shower surrounded by palm trees, and the bedroom opens directly onto a private deck with steps leading into the ocean. Renee's in photographer heaven, taking shots of everything from the infinity pool to the complimentary champagne that was waiting when we arrived. She's wearing a flowing sundress that catches the breeze perfectly, and her genuine smile is a refreshing change from Talia's practiced Instagram poses. "This is insane," she says, adjusting her camera settings as the sun starts to set. "How much did this cost?" "About the same as Talia's spending on her Miami adventure." I'm lounging in a chair on our deck, a mojito in hand, feeling more relaxed than I have in months. Speaking of which, Want to help me with a little social media project? I pull out my phone and open Instagram. Talia's most recent post is from this morning. A mirror selfie in our bedroom with the caption, "Getting ready for a special day. Can't wait to see what surprises await." Persian anniversary vibes. Attached grateful. 47 comments, mostly from her followers gushing about how lucky she is to have such a thoughtful husband. Okay, here's what we're going to do, I tell Renee. We're going to document this entire trip. Every meal, every sunset, every activity. And we're going to make sure it shows up on every platform Talia monitors. Renee grins. I like where this is going. We start with a sunset photo. Renee's silhouetted against the orange sky, champagne glass raised in a toast. I caption it. Sometimes the best adventures are the ones you never planned. Maldives life. Living my best life. Unexpected journey. Within minutes, the likes start rolling in. I recognize several names from Talia's follower list. My phone buzzes with a text from Talia. Where are you? I came home and found the tickets. What's going on? I show the message to Renee. Should I respond? Not yet. Let her sweat a little. We head to dinner at the resort's overwater restaurant. The maitre d' seats us at a table that practically floats above the ocean, with underwater lights illuminating the coral reef below. It's the kind of romantic setting Talia would eliminate for, and I make sure to capture every angle. This feels a little evil, Renee says, but she's smiling as she poses with her seafood platter. Evil would be hiding this from her. I'm just sharing my authentic experience. I post a photo of our table, the ocean stretching to the horizon behind us. Dinner in paradise. Sometimes life surprises you with exactly what you need. Grateful. Paradise. New chapter. My phone starts buzzing incessantly. Texts from Talia, missed calls, even a few messages from her friends asking if everything's okay. Colin, seriously, where are you? People are asking questions. This isn't funny. Is that Renee with you? What the hell is going on? Call me now. I show Renee the messages. She raises her eyebrows. She's panicking. Good. She should be. I silence my phone and slide it into my pocket. But we're not done yet. The next morning, I wake up to 17 missed calls and a string of increasingly frantic messages. Talia's tried everything from anger to guilt to outright demands that I come home immediately. But the most interesting message isn't from Talia, it's from Evan. Dude, why is your wife freaking out about you being in the Maldives? She said you were supposed to be working this week. I screenshot the message and send it to my friend Gary, who works in IT at my company. Can you do me a favor and pull all the data from our shared devices? Messages, photos, location data, credit card syncing, everything. Gary's response is immediate. Dude, what's going on? Spring cleaning. I want to know exactly how our joint accounts have been used over the past 6 months. On it. This might take a few hours, but I can get you everything. Renee and I spend the day snorkeling, getting couples massages and documenting every moment. By evening, I have a comprehensive report from Gary that makes my jaw clench. Flights to Miami, New York, and Los Angeles over the past 3 months, all charged to our joint credit card. Hotel rooms, expensive dinners, even shopping sprees. The total is staggering, more than $20,000 spent on Talia's business trips with Evan. But the real kicker is in the message logs Gary recovered, including deleted conversations. Colin's so clueless, Talia wrote to Evan 2 weeks ago. He thinks I'm building a brand. Really, I'm just buying time until I figure out my exit strategy. What's stopping you? Evan replied. His money and the prenup, but I'm working on both problems. I stare at the screen until the words blur. 10 years. 10 years of supporting her dreams, paying for her equipment, covering the bills while she built her empire. And the whole time, she was planning her escape. Renee finds me sitting on our deck, phone in hand, watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean. You okay? I hand her the phone. She reads in silence, her expression darkening with each message. Colin, I'm so sorry. Don't be sorry. Be ready to take some more photos. We're going to make sure this trip is absolutely unforgettable. The flight home is turbulent, but not nearly as turbulent as the storm waiting for me at home. Talia's car is in the driveway when we pull up, and I can see her silhouette pacing back and forth in the living room. Renee squeezes my shoulder. You sure you don't want backup? I've got this, but keep your phone on, just in case. The front door opens before I can reach for my keys. Talia stands there in one of her carefully chosen, casual but stunning outfits. Ripped jeans that cost more than most people's rent, a flowing white blouse that photographs beautifully, and the kind of effortless beach waves that take 2 hours to achieve. Her face is a mask of controlled fury. Where the hell have you been? The Maldives. Beautiful this time of year. You should try it sometime. I brush past her into the house, dragging my suitcase behind me. Don't you dare act casual about this. You humiliated me, Colin. My followers are asking questions. My brand partnerships are wondering if we're having problems. Are we having problems? I set my suitcase down and turned to face her. I thought we were just living our authentic lives. Her eyes narrow. What's that supposed to mean? I pull out my phone and open the folder Gary helped me create. Screenshots, bank statements, location data, message logs, everything organized and ready to go. It means I know about Miami, and New York, and Los Angeles, and Evan. The color drains from her face. Colin, I can explain. Can you? Can you explain why you've spent $23,000 of our money on your boyfriend? Can you explain why you've been planning your exit strategy while I've been working 60-hour weeks to support your dreams? She opens her mouth, then closes it. For the first time in years, Talia is speechless. Here's what's going to happen. I continue, my voice calm. You're going to sit down, and you're going to listen, and you're going to understand that the boring, predictable husband you've been taking advantage of is done being taken advantage of. She sinks onto the couch, her perfect posture finally cracking. First, I've frozen our joint credit cards, all of them. If you want to fund Evan's lifestyle, you'll have to use your own money. Oh wait, you don't have any, do you? Silly me. Colin, you can't. Second, I've contacted our lawyer. Turns out that prenup you've been trying to work around has some very interesting clauses about adultery and financial misconduct. Her face goes white. Third, I've documented everything. Every message, every photo, every charge. Your business trips are very well documented, thanks to your compulsive social media posting. I sit down across from her, leaning forward. But here's the really interesting part, Talia. I'm not filing for divorce. Not yet. She looks up, confused. See, divorce would be quick, clean. You'd get some money, some assets, and you'd move on with Evan to live your authentic life. But that's not justice. That's just paperwork. I stand up and walk to the window. Justice is watching your carefully curated world fall apart piece by piece. Justice is your followers realizing that your perfect marriage is a lie, your brand partnerships drying up, and your boyfriend realizing that you're not the meal ticket he thought you were. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. This is Evan. We need to talk. I show Talia the screen. She looks like she might throw up. Looks like your boyfriend wants to chat. Should I invite him over? I'd love to meet him properly. Colin, please what? Please keep pretending I don't know? Please keep funding your affair? Please keep being the boring, predictable husband while you plan your escape? I head toward the stairs. I'm going to unpack. When I come back down, you're going to tell me exactly how long this has been going on, exactly how much money you've stolen, and exactly what you thought was going to happen when I found out. And Talia? I pause at the bottom of the stairs. Your Instagram post about anniversary surprises? You have no idea how right you were. The next morning, I wake up to find Talia's side of the bed empty and cold. Her car's gone from the driveway, and there's a note on the kitchen counter. Staying at Barb's until you calm down. We need to talk like adults. Barb, Talia's best friend and biggest enabler, the one who's been liking and commenting on every post about our perfect marriage, while knowing exactly what Talia was doing behind my back. I text Renee, "Coffee? I need a strategy session." We meet at Joe's Diner downtown, a place that's been serving the same menu since 1987 and doesn't care about Instagram aesthetics. Renee's already there when I arrive, laptop open, looking like she's been working for hours. I did some digging, she says without preamble. Your wife's boyfriend is more interesting than you might think. She turns her laptop toward me. Evan's Instagram profile fills the screen. 847,000 followers, verified checkmark, and a feed full of luxury travel content. Private jets, 5-star resorts, expensive watches, and beautiful women. He's not just some travel influencer, Renee continues. He's a professional boyfriend. Look at this. She scrolls through his photos from the past 2 years. Different women in different locations, but always the same pattern. Luxury destinations, expensive dinners, shopping trips, and then suddenly the woman disappears from his feed. He targets women with money, married women usually, divorced women with settlements. He romances them, gets them to pay for everything, and then moves on when the money runs out. I study the photos more carefully. In several of them, I can see credit cards being handed over, shopping bags from high-end stores, receipts for expensive meals. Talia's not his first mark. She's not even his current only mark. Renee clicks to a recent photo of Evan with a blonde woman in what looks like aspen. This was posted yesterday, while your wife thought he was pining for her in Miami. My phone rings, Talia's name on the screen. Don't answer it, Renee says. Let her sweat. But I have a better idea. I answer, putting it on speaker. Colin, thank God. We need to talk. I'm listening. Not over the phone. Meet me at Russo's tonight, 7 o'clock, just you and me. Russo's. The Italian place where we had our first anniversary dinner. She's trying to manipulate me with sentimentality. I'll be there, I say. But Talia, you should know that I've learned some very interesting things about Evan. You might want to ask him about his other girlfriends. I hang up before she can respond. Renee grins. You're getting good at this. I'm just getting started. That afternoon, I drive to my office and find Gary waiting with a thick folder and a flash drive. You're not going to like this, he says, closing my office door behind him. Hit me. I trace the credit card usage back 18 months. The spending started small, a dinner here, a hotel room there, but it escalated fast. And Colin? Some of these charges are from company accounts. What do you mean? Talia has access to your corporate card for business expenses, right? Travel, client dinners, that sort of thing? I nod. It's standard for senior staff. She's been using it for personal expenses. Flights for Evan, hotels, shopping. If HR finds out, I could lose my job. You could face criminal charges. I sit down heavily in my desk chair. This isn't just adultery anymore. It's embezzlement. Gary, I need you to compile everything. Every charge, every transaction, every piece of evidence. And I need you to help me figure out how to fix this without destroying my career. Already on it. I've got a friend in corporate security who owes me a favor. Unofficially, we can probably make this look like identity theft or unauthorized use. But you need to act fast. I check my watch. 5:30. Enough time to prepare for dinner. One more thing, I tell Gary. I need you to do some research on Evan Torres. Real name, background, financial history, criminal record if he has one, everything. You got it. At 7 o'clock sharp, I walk into Russo's. The hostess leads me to our usual table in the corner, the one with the view of the harbor. Talia's already there, looking smaller and more vulnerable than I've seen her in years. She's wearing the blue dress I bought her for her birthday, the one she said made her feel beautiful. Thank you for coming, she says as I sit down. Thank you for stealing from my company. Really adds a nice touch to the whole betrayal package. She flinches. Colin, I can explain. Can you explain why you used my corporate card to buy your boyfriend a first-class ticket to Los Angeles? Because I'm really curious about that one. I was going to pay it back. With what money, Talia? Your Instagram sponsorships, your consulting fees. Oh, wait, those barely cover your coffee budget. The waiter approaches, but I wave him away. This isn't going to take long. Here's what I know, I continue, keeping my voice low and steady. I know you've been stealing from me for 18 months. I know you've been planning to leave me while keeping access to my money. I know Evan has at least 3 other girlfriends funding his lifestyle, and I know you're about to lose everything. Tears start rolling down her cheeks, but I'm not moved, not anymore. Colin, please, I made mistakes, but we can fix this. I love you. I've always loved you. No, you loved my stability, my paycheck, my willingness to support your dreams while you figured out how to escape, but you never loved me. I stand up, dropping a 20 on the table. Evan's using you, Talia, just like you've been using me. The difference is, he's better at it. As I walk away, I hear her calling my name, but I don't turn around. I've got work to do. The Meridian Hotel downtown is hosting the Northeast Influencer Summit this weekend. 300 social media personalities, brand representatives, and marketing executives gathered for 2 days of networking, workshops, and carefully orchestrated content creation. Talia's been talking about this event for months. It's her chance to land major brand partnerships, to network with bigger influencers, to take her empire to the next level. She's scheduled to speak on a panel about authentic relationship content tomorrow afternoon. The irony is delicious. I'm sitting in the hotel bar at 6 p.m., nursing a whiskey and watching the lobby fill with people I recognize from Talia's Instagram stories. Perfectly styled 20-somethings with ring lights and camera equipment, older executives in expensive suits, and the kind of aggressively positive energy that makes my teeth ache. Renee slides into the seat next to me. She's dressed for business. Sharp black suit, professional makeup, press credentials hanging around her neck. You ready for this? I've been ready for weeks. Gary appears from the elevator bank, laptop bag slung over his shoulder, looking like any other tech consultant attending a digital marketing conference. Everything's set up, he says quietly. I've got access to the hotel's AV system, and I've created a private streaming link that will push to all her social accounts simultaneously. When you give me the signal, everything goes live. I check my watch. 6:15. Talia's panel starts in 45 minutes. Positions, everyone. The conference room is packed. Talia's on stage with 3 other influencers, all discussing the importance of authenticity in relationship content. She's wearing her favorite dress, the white one that photographs beautifully, and her smile is radiant as she talks about the challenges of maintaining privacy while sharing your life online. The key is boundaries, she's saying into her microphone. You have to protect the sacred parts of your relationship while still giving your audience the authentic content they crave. I'm standing in the back of the room, invisible among the crowd of attendees. Gary's positioned near the AV booth, and Renee's in the front row with her press credentials, camera ready. For example, Talia continues, my husband and I have been married for 10 years, and we've learned that some experiences are just for us. Not everything needs to be shared. The audience nods appreciatively. Several people are taking notes. That's interesting, says the moderator, a woman in her 50s with silver hair and sharp eyes. Can you give us an example of how you maintain those boundaries while still creating engaging content? Talia's smile falters for just a second, but she recovers quickly. Well, we just celebrated our 10th anniversary, and while I shared some of the excitement, we kept the actual celebration private. It was just for us. I pull out my phone and text Gary. Now. The large screens flanking the stage flicker for a moment, then fill with a photo I know well. Talia and Evan in Miami, kissing on a hotel balcony, the ocean behind them. The timestamp shows it was taken 3 weeks ago. Gasps ripple through the audience. Talia turns to look at the screen, and her face goes white. I'm sorry, the moderator says. There seems to be some technical difficulty. But Gary's just getting started. The photo dissolves into a slideshow. Talia and Evan at expensive restaurants, on private beaches, shopping on Rodeo Drive, all charged to our joint accounts, all documented through her own social media posts. Turn it off, Talia says into her microphone, but her voice is shaking. The final image appears, a screenshot of her text conversation with Evan, including the message about her exit strategy and her plan to work around our prenup. The room is silent. I start walking toward the stage, my footsteps echoing in the quiet conference room. Ladies and gentlemen, I say, my voice carrying without a microphone, I'd like to talk to you about authentic relationship content. All eyes are on me now. Talia's staring like she's seeing a ghost. My name is Colin Mercer. I'm the husband my wife just told you about, the one she keeps her sacred, private experiences with. I reach the stage and climb the steps. The other panelists have backed away, leaving Talia alone at the podium. The photos you just saw represent 18 months of my wife's authentic relationship content. Unfortunately, the relationship wasn't with me. Someone in the audience starts recording, then another. Within seconds, dozens of phones are pointed at the stage. Talia's been very good at maintaining boundaries, I continue. She's kept her affair completely separate from her marriage. She's kept her boyfriend's expenses separate from her own income, by charging everything to my accounts. She's even kept her plans to divorce me separate from her plans to keep my money. Colin, stop, Talia whispers, but I'm not done. The man in those photos is Evan Torres. He's a professional boyfriend who targets married women with money. Talia's not his only client. She's just his most generous one. I turn to face the audience. $23,000 in 18 months. Corporate credit card fraud, identity theft, all documented, all reported to the appropriate authorities. Talia tries to leave the stage, but I step in front of her. The best part? She did all the documentation herself. Every receipt posted to Instagram, every location tagged, every romantic moment captured for posterity. It's the most thorough evidence of adultery and financial fraud I've ever seen. The moderator finally finds her voice. Security, please? No need, I say. I'm done here. I look directly into the camera phones pointed at us. This is what authentic relationship content looks like. This is what happens when your boundaries are lies, your privacy is theft, and your sacred experiences are with someone else's husband. I walk off the stage, leaving Talia standing alone in front of 300 influencers and a room full of cameras. In the lobby, Renee and Gary are waiting with huge grins. That was beautiful, Renee says. That was justice, I correct her. My phone starts buzzing immediately. Text messages, missed calls, social media notifications. The video is already spreading across platforms, shared and reshared by everyone who was in that room. But the most satisfying notification comes from my bank. Account alert. Talia Mercer has attempted to access frozen account. Access denied. 3 months later, I'm sitting in the same hotel bar where this all started, but everything has changed. Talia's Instagram account has been deactivated. Her brand partnerships evaporated within hours of the conference video going viral. Barb, her loyal best friend, publicly distanced herself once the full extent of the financial fraud came to light. Evan disappeared completely. Turns out he had outstanding warrants in 2 states for similar schemes. Last I heard, he was arrested trying to board a flight to Costa Rica with another woman's credit cards. The corporate fraud charges were dropped after I agreed to pay full restitution and undergo financial monitoring for a year. My company was surprisingly understanding once they realized I was a victim, not a perpetrator. The divorce papers were filed a week after the conference. With documented adultery and financial misconduct, the prenup held up perfectly. Talia got exactly what she contributed to our marriage, nothing. Renee slides into the seat next to me, just like she did that night 3 months ago. But now she's not here for strategy. She's here because somewhere between the Maldives and the hotel conference room, we realized we actually enjoyed each other's company. Any regrets? She asks. I think about it seriously. 10 years of marriage, gone. A life I thought I wanted, destroyed. A woman I thought I loved, revealed as someone I never really knew. None, I say. She wanted excitement. She got it. My phone buzzes with a notification. Someone's tagged me in a post about the conference incident, which has become something of a legend in social media circles. The hashtag authentic content now refers to spectacular public breakdowns and exposed lies. You know what the funny part is? I tell Renee. She was right about one thing. I was boring, predictable, too focused on stability and security. And now? I look around the hotel bar, thinking about the past 3 months. The investigation, the legal proceedings, the media attention, the way I systematically dismantled Talia's carefully constructed life using nothing but her own evidence and a little creative timing. Now I know that boring and predictable can be very dangerous weapons in the right hands. Renee laughs. Remind me never to cross you. You don't have to worry about that. You're honest. Talia's mistake wasn't cheating on me. It was lying about it while stealing from me. If she'd been honest from the beginning, we could have ended things cleanly. Instead, she got the full Colin Mercer experience. She got exactly what she deserved. Nothing more, nothing less. Outside, it starts to rain. The same kind of steady, predictable rain that Talia always said made her feel trapped, but I find it peaceful, reliable, honest. My phone rings. Unknown number. Colin Mercer. Mr. Mercer, this is Detective Rodriguez with the Fraud Division. We wanted to let you know that Evan Torres pled guilty to all charges. He'll be serving 18 months, and he's agreed to pay full restitution to all his victims. How many victims were there? 17 that we can prove. Your wife wasn't even his biggest score. After I hang up, Renee raises her glass. To justice served. To authentic content, I counter. We drink, and I think about Talia's last message to me, sent from her lawyer's office. I hope you're happy now. The truth is, I am happy, not because I destroyed her life, but because I finally stopped letting her destroy mine. For 10 years, I made myself smaller, quieter, more boring to accommodate her need for drama and excitement. I funded her dreams while she planned her escape. I supported her authenticity while she lived a lie. But I'm not boring. I'm methodical. I'm not predictable. I'm thorough. And I'm not too controlled. I'm strategic. Talia wanted excitement, adventure, passion. She wanted someone who would sweep her off her feet and show her the world. She found that in Evan, right up until she realized he was using her the same way she was using me. The difference is, I was honest about my limitations. I told her exactly who I was from the beginning. She's the one who decided that wasn't enough, then tried to have it both ways. My phone buzzes one more time. A LinkedIn notification. Congratulations on your new position as Senior Vice President of Financial Compliance. The promotion came through last week. Turns out that systematically uncovering and documenting financial fraud is exactly the kind of experience my company values in its executives. Renee reads the notification over my shoulder. Senior VP? That's a big jump. They were impressed with my attention to detail. And your ability to handle complex investigations? That too. We finish our drinks and head out into the rain. My car is parked across the street next to a billboard advertising some new social media platform with the tagline, Live Your Truth. I think about Talia, wherever she is now, probably trying to rebuild her online presence under a new name. I think about Evan, sitting in a jail cell, finally paying for his authentic lifestyle. I think about all the people who watched that conference video and learned something about the difference between image and reality. But mostly, I think about the future, about building something real with someone honest, about using my particular skills for something constructive instead of destructive. Talia was right about one thing. I am too boring for her. But boring isn't the same as weak. Predictable isn't the same as stupid. And sometimes the quiet guy in the corner is the one you should worry about most. She wanted to live authentically. She wanted excitement and passion and adventure. She got exactly what she asked for. And I got exactly what I deserved. A life without lies, without theft, without someone who saw my loyalty as weakness and my love as an opportunity. In the end, that's the most authentic outcome of all.